This is Peter Marzano with Big Four Sports, and I'm back to predict my final playoff series for your 2013 Stanley Cup playoffs, the one between the Boston Bruins and the Toronto Maple Leafs, two great Original Six rivals. I'm really excited for this series to go down, so let's get straight to what I think of our matchups. And let's start off with obviously our offense. First, you got to look at the Boston Bruins. They have the home ice advantage. What do they have going for them on their offense? Well, you got a grinder like Milan Lucic, who's offensively contributing. You got a guy that'll be a future Hall of Famer in Jaromir Jagr. You got David Krejci, you got Brad Marchand, and you got Patrice Bergeron. Bruins look really good offensively, but at the same time, they don't look as good as they did when they won the Stanley Cup in 2011. Now, you compare that to a team that's back in the playoffs for the first time since 2004. Yes, 2004. At that time, Friends and Frasier were still airing new episodes. So if we really do take a good look at this Maple Leafs team, they have a lot of great young talent that I love seeing, and it's really fun to watch. Nazem Kadri, 22 years old, he came to form this year, put up 44 points. Phil Kessel still scored 20 goals, had 52 points. Stellar year out of Phil Kessel. James Van Riemsdyk, great offseason acquisition there. Joffrey Lupul, since he came back from injury, he's been playing great. Dion Phaneuf from the back end. Toronto is really stacked with a lot of great young talent, and that I actually believe Toronto gets the advantage here on the offensive end, because Boston, they have good offense, but it's inconsistent. You don't know what you're going to get out of it, and you don't know exactly what they're going to give you in each game. Just as you saw on Sunday night, it was very inconsistent, it was very flashy, and that caused them to lose that game. I like the Toronto Maple Leafs offense. I think it's really quick, it's flashy, it's young, it's really raw offense. That's what I love to see out of this team. They remind me a lot of a 2008-2009 Chicago Blackhawks and a 2009-10 or 2010-2011 Los Angeles Kings team. Just a lot of great young talent getting together and really playing well. That's what I like to see out of this Maple Leafs team. Now, when you go to the defense, it seems a little bit different because you have a guy that's won Norris trophies on the Boston Bruins. It's Zdeno Chara. He's probably going to be in the Hall of Fame one day. He's a great player. He's really leading that defense to where they need to be. But then when you match it up on Toronto's end, you're looking at the guys that they got. They got Dion Phaneuf, all-star, great player. So that's going to be a very great matchup to see in this series, matchup between Dion Phaneuf and Zdeno Chara. But still, just because of how Boston's been playing in the past and how they've been playing this year specifically with their defense, because really their offense hasn't been that firepower this year, that's why I think you got to give a lot of credit to the Boston Bruins defense, not just to your Zdeno Charas, but going along with your guys like your Johnny Boychuk, who's been playing great hockey all year, really been complementing that defensive skill. Wade Redden, back in the NHL, he's playing some pretty good hockey, and Dennis Seidenberg, you can't forget about him. He's been playing pretty well as well. So I give Boston a pretty nice advantage on defense. Granted, Dion Phaneuf, great defensive player. John Michael Isles, he's there too, but Boston just has too much on defense. That may limit this young, fire-powered offense of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Goaltending, it's a clear advantage for Boston, and it isn't even close. I like to see James Reimer. I love watching him play. He brings the Leafs back to the postseason. You see all this young, raw potential. I love to see that out of a guy like James Reimer. And I think he's a great goalie. And even if Ben Scrivens comes in, he's been playing well too. But you got a guy like Tuukka Rask, who will probably be nominated for the Vezina Trophy. He's had an outstanding year. He's given the Bruins opportunities to win games, and their offense hasn't done it for him. So that's why I really like the way Tuukka Rask is, and I like him in the series. So I give Boston a goaltending advantage. Special teams. Now, you're really dealing with something interesting. You have two of the best penalty kill units in the league, both of them at 87% with the Bruins and the Maple Leafs. So they seem pretty even on penalty kill. But the power play unit's what makes the difference. Boston has a horrid power play unit at below 15%. Toronto's at around the league average. This can make a difference. If Boston can't get their power play together, Toronto's going to exploit that weakness and find a way to score on their penalty kill, and Toronto's going to take advantage of that and score in times where they need to, because Boston isn't always the best disciplined team out there. So this means a lot for the Toronto Maple Leafs. If they can exploit that weakness of the Bruins getting in the box, Toronto will be able to take charge of games and possibly steal a few. So my final verdict, believe it or not, I think the Toronto Maple Leafs are the team to go in this series. I like the way the Maple Leafs play. I love the young offense. I think just more of a sluggish Bruins team that, while it has a lot of bright spots, I don't see the Bruins really bringing out a lot of that young, hungry firepower that I think the Maple Leafs are going to come out with. So that's why I give Toronto the advantage in 6 games. I like the way they're playing, and I think that they will take down their original 6 rivals in the series. This has been Peter Marzano with Big Four Sports, B4SSports.com. I thank thank you for watching all of my first round predictions. I'll be back for the second round, and appreciate you for watching. Make sure you check out the website because there will always be more coming. Thank you.